There are two things that I want to ask about. So DeepSeek. So is that why? So for all of our listeners, DeepSeek was a Chinese LLM, and you're going to correct me because I'm going to be all over the place here. Was a Chinese LLM that reportedly used half the GPU capabilities. I mean, is that why that was such a sort of shot across the bow?
So, one way to think about DeepSeek, it was really a derivative program from a lot of the work that the large language models in the United States have been building. So, an analogy for this to make a little more sense. Imagine you're a company, and this is going to sound like 3 decades old already, but imagine you're a company developing an
You
encyclopedia.
mentioned Clippy, so Jay.
No,
Go ahead, pal.
we've already taken a trip through history here. Imagine your company building an encyclopedia. You have to hire researchers. You have to collect a ton of data. You need to hire editors. You need to organize that, and you're going to come out with a huge volume of books. I remember seeing on the shelves. You have, books for every letter in the encyclopedia, and like 3 books for S and other commonly used letters, right? Um, that's a really expensive endeavor to do to build that first encyclopedia. Now, if someone comes in and says, I read that encyclopedia. Actually, I read that encyclopedia like 500 times. And I figured out that if you had a 500-page encyclopedia, and I can distill it to about 20 pages, and you're going to keep most of the important information, that's what DeepSeek did. It was not creating the encyclopedia. It was not developing the kind of original models here. It was in a lot of ways kind of condensing and making more efficient some of those models. So it's still an important piece of the AI pie. What it showed is you can develop really efficient models that require less compute. But in a lot of ways, it's kind of a lower end, lower cost type of large language model.
It's almost like it's the forgive me Toyota. Toyota makes a good car. Don't get me wrong, but that's almost like the Toyota, and then the Jet Chat Deep GBTs are the Ferraris.
I think that's very fair. The end game here is not to have a Toyota or a Ferrari. The end game here is to have a rocket ship. That rocket ship would be called AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. This is kind of the future of artificial intelligence, where this program can do anything and everything, truly replicate a human from everything we can do. A large language model is great at creating content, but that's not all humans do. We drive cars, we make executive decisions, we raise our kids. Like there's a lot of nuance in what we do that goes far beyond just, kind of typing or creating pictures. So a lot of this billions of dollars of investment coming from some of the largest technology companies around the world today is not for the large language models we have today. It's for the one 5 or 10 years out that can really achieve AGI.